Well, Amber Heard really screwed the pooch. Messed up. Big time. Johnny Depp's lawyers were celebrating. Visually, you could see it. Because, why? Well, Amber Heard mentioned Kate Moss. What does that mean? Well, it means they really fudged up. Amber Heard's team really fudged up. They prepped her wrong, what she could and couldn't say, likening stories, bringing other people into the testimonies. Yeah, now who can be brought into the trial? Yeah, Kate Moss. Interesting stuff. Let's take a look at this, ladies and gents. So Johnny Depp's lawyers were spotted fist pumping when Amber Heard suddenly brought Kate Moss during the testimony, because the name drop has potential to help their case. Quite big potential as well. So the gesture by attorney Benjamin Chew in Fairfax, Virginia courtroom was a celebratory acknowledgement. A source close to Depp confirmed to the Post on Tuesday. Amber mentioned an ex of Johnny's that clearly she felt was not supportive of him, which couldn't be further from the truth. So she was doing this as an attempt to sort of sully the waters. That's not happening. That was wrong. This is a reference to Moss's potential to help Depp's case. Now, why is that? Legal experts explained that Heard mentioning Moss on the stand could give her ex-husband's team the chance to dispel a rumour that he pushed the British supermodel down a flight of stairs when the two dated in the 1990s. Actually something which she herself has debunked. This is a possible slip-up from Heard, and that was on Thursday, obviously before we broke for this kind of week anyway. For this week's hiatus. And this was allegedly about a time she punched Depp in the face out of fear he was going to shove her sister Whitney down the staircase. Although that's been debunked by the security guard anyway. And the Aquaman actress said she instantly thought about Kate Moss and the stairs, prompting Chew to turn and fist bump, which you can see here. I mean, he literally does that, puts his hand up. It's gold, does this. Johnny Depp even smiles a little bit. I think you can sort of see a bit of a smirk. And he's like, yes, get in. Like, genuinely happy. Yeah, genuinely happy. So usually alleged misconduct that's not related to a specific accusation in a case, such as this rumoured incident, isn't allowed to be brought up by the lawyers at the trial, because it's all hearsay. I mean, Amber's testimony was all blatant hearsay anyway. Let's not get it twisted. It was all hearsay. There's no evidence at this point in time. Even their expert witness was hearsay. Even the expert witness was hearsay. But in this instant, Heard's mention of Moss could open the door for Depp's attorney to call on Kate Moss as a witness in order to address the allegation, experts told the Post. So she can be brought in. She doesn't have to, but she can be requested. So Moss is still allegedly friends with Johnny, and her testimony wasn't allowed to come in before because it wasn't as relevant, said California entertainment lawyer Mitra Ahorian. I tried saying that name in another video. I just can't. These faces get me every time. She looks like a hamster that's constipated. Anyway, that's one mistake that Heard made, was bringing up Kate Moss, which potentially opened the door to Depp's team bringing Moss on as an impeachment witness. Yep, because Moss saying this never happened. Moss saying this never happened, which she said before anyway. Halim Danidina, a criminal defense attorney and former California judge, agreed that Depp's team could now try to use the Kate Moss mention to their advantage, which I think they will. I mean, they're very smart, these individuals. Danidina said Depp's team could say, you brought up Kate Moss and she wasn't going to be a part of this trial, but now she is. Johnny Depp's legal team is going to argue that they should be permitted to call her to debunk any rumour about Johnny Depp pushing Moss down the stairs, he said. And I think that would be smart anyway. Like, this whole thing is being won in court as well as the public opinion. But public opinion is absolutely on Johnny Depp's side, the vast majority of people anyway. So this just goes some way to dispelling that myth even further. Heard's side could then counter that the Moss statement was meant to explain Heard's state of mind when she hit Depp, Danny Diner said. Her attorneys could then argue that there is no need to bring additional evidence about Kate Moss to have a side trial on this other incident, the former judge said. But at the very least, Depp's side will likely cross-examine Heard about the Moss comment. Danny Diner explained that the judge on Depp's case, Penny Ascaret, has a lot of discretion on whether to go and let Moss testify. And I think that goes against Depp, because Penny Ascaret has seemingly been quite biased throughout the trial. But I will go one way and just say, look, looking down the line, if you watched the attempts from Amber Heard's team to get the case thrown out midway, Penny did say it would rule in plaintiff's favour, i.e. Johnny Depp would win. So I don't know whether she is 100% biased. She does seemingly appear biased, but that was the thing which surprised me. I haven't made up my mind either way, really, on where I stand on that yet, but that did surprise me. So Heard previously made an allegation that the Pirates of the Caribbean actor had shoved Moss down a flight of stairs during Depp's other defamation trial in 2020. Describing the same fight involving her sister, Heard told the British court at the time, I remembered information I had heard that he pushed a former girlfriend, I believed it was Kate Moss, down the stairs. I heard this rumour from 2 people, and it was fresh in my mind. What convenient timing. If the judge in the ongoing trial does allow this allegation to come into play, that could also open the door for Depp to bring up past accusations of misconduct against Heard, which is the fact that she's been arrested for domestic violence. To me, the more interesting question is whether the mention of Kate Moss' allegation or the rumour of that incident entitles Johnny Depp's team to bring in evidence of Amber Heard's prior domestic violence conduct. So if you go outside the bounds of the conduct in this case to include other violent conduct committed by your opponent, it's only fair for your opponent to be able to do the same to you, which really screws Amber Heard over. So look, in 2009, Heard was charged with domestic violence against her girlfriend Tassia Van Ree, who later came out saying that the incident was a misunderstanding and that the charges against Heard were quickly dropped. Interesting though, isn't it? Someone who's had multiple girlfriends, multiple partners, multiple wives, and is, said to just be a stand-up guy, bit of a gent, bit artsy-fartsy and creative, but, loves to get high and stuff. No violence against anyone, being accused of violence. Then you get Amber Heard, who has been charged with domestic violence. I'm absolutely fine. I'm peaceful. Yeah, right. Anyway, love to see how this plays out. But yeah, as the thumbnail and title suggest, she effed up.